Hi, I'm Kristin West of Circus of the Dead and Seeking Valentina, and you're watching The 13th Wolfman.
Hey everyone, you know who I am on The 13th Wolfman. You know who I have with me today? I have Kristin West. She's back again. Welcome back, Kristin. And
thank you.
Armin Nasseri.
Nasseri.
Yeah. I asked him before the show, and I even screwed it up. Sorry about that.
It's okay. No worries. Good. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Oh, thanks for inviting me to your program.
It's all good. So you guys are doing Seeking Valentina. If you want, give the people that are going to be watching this an idea of what Seeking Valentina is about.
Seeking Valentina is a psychological thriller about a man who lost his wife to cancer, and he turns his office into a bedroom and rents it to a whimsical tenant played by Kristin West here, and she disappears, and he's not quite sure if this woman is a vagrant, a runaway hallucination, or a ghost. It's up to the audience's interpretation of the story.
Ooh, that sounds like a good one. How'd you get involved in this project, if you don't mind me asking?
I wrote the story back in late 2013. This idea came to my head about a widower and his son living in a remote area, and the whole concept came about renting a room to a tenant, and the tenant disappearing, and always had this curiosity of what would happen if the person who was the source of your income disappeared without a trace. What if it's somebody that you loved, and everything about you as a human being comes into a test? And
okay.
That was the concept of the story. And the idea came, and then the idea led to a treatment, and the treatment led into a screenplay. And it was definitely one of those ideas that the twist just came me through a dream, literally. I just woke up. I just woke up freaking like, oh my god! Like, what if I felt that twist? I don't want to spoil it for anybody who sees it in the future. Yeah, it was quite a journey.
Yes.
And Kristin, you got involved with this project a while ago, but tell people how you came about.
Well, I've known Armin for probably 9 years, close to 9 years. We actually went to the same drama school. We've made a few films together before, nothing quite on the scale of Seeking Valentina. So when he was writing the screenplay, he asked me for some notes and some constructive criticism, and I was happy to help. And then when it came time to make the movie, because I'm a experienced producer and line producer, I basically helped him to get the vision moving, as it were. And so that's how I came aboard on the project, as both the producer of the film and playing the role of Valentina.
Now, Armin, you much like Kristin have had. I was looking at your credits earlier, and you've done everything. When it comes to being in the movie business.
Yeah, it's crazy how much my resume has grown in a short amount of years. I started off as an actor. That was my first passion. I started acting since the age of 14, and I've always had this desire for writing and directing, but acting was my first love. And then, because I'm from North Carolina, I grew up in Winston-Salem, and I wasn't quite ready to make that leap to California yet. And I moved to Wilmington, North Carolina in the mid-2000s because it was 4 hours away. It was a secondary market. If you think of Wilmington, North Carolina, you think of the Screen Gem Studio. Many films have been shot there.
And films and TV shows. Everything was filmed there, from Dawson's Creek to One Tree Hill.
To Blue Velvet. Stephen King filmed some of his movies based on his books. Firestarter. He had the anthology Cat's Eye, Maximum Overdrive.
Really? I didn't realize that was filmed down there.
Yeah, it was a Silver Bullet.
Huh.
And it's just a a lot of, and The Crow. I mean, there's so many films, that started from the 80s to the present, and then Dawson's Creek really put the town on the map. And I felt this was a great way to get a good start and get a taste of what movie making is. And it was a free film school, so that's where I started off. I did some acting gigs. I worked on some music videos. I worked on some shorts with like my roommates. And then I landed a role in a feature film, and it's never came out. But it's about the whole women, going through the time when their loved ones were fighting in Iraq, and they were just tuned into the news. And then in 2007, I moved to California with my family. In the 4 months afterwards, I got accepted to the American Academy of Dramatic Art.
So Armin, you were saying you met Kristin.
Yeah, I met Kristin at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and then after the program ended, I enrolled into LACC, and I got enrolled with the film program. And in the program, I learned to basically to take a camera and go and shoot it on your own and edit it. And I made a few student films, and Kristin was there to assist me. And then I made this one short film. It was a class assignment about a suicidal guy and a French human trafficking victim who kill her captor, and they both run through the jungles of Los Angeles. And it was like well received, but I was still trying to find my voice in the entertainment business. And I went from working as a production assistant, as a boom operator, as a second AD, to crafts and services, to art department. And then after a few years, I really started to feel more well-rounded. And then that's when the idea of Seeking Valentina came. And I felt, well, shoot, this is a great idea. It was that idea that hit you like lightning. And I wanted to just continue writing and see where I would go with the story. And this story, became a 20-minute short film, and it went beyond my expectations. I mean, I never thought in a million years that I was going to be talking on the radio and the podcast shows about the story, and to have it seen on press releases and on magazines, and to even be recognized by the Rondo Hatton Classic Horror Awards, and to get 20 official selections and like 14 awards and 14 nominations. I mean, it's just I never even expected that, and I'm extremely humbled by it.
We have the trailer for this. If you'd like to, Kristin, you want to introduce the trailer for Seeking Valentina?
Yes.
Sure, I would love to. So, like Armin said, we've gotten a lot of recognition for Seeking Valentina. It's played all over the world, including in India, in Singapore, in Canada, and it has, I believe, over 2,000 views on YouTube. So please check out our trailer, and it features our award-winning cast. Several of our cast members have won awards for this film, and you can see glimpses of their wonderful performances in this trailer.
What have you been dreaming about?
Everything is blue. I turned my office into a bedroom and put it for rent.
I saw the sign outside that said you had a room for rent.
I can't find her.
Of course you can't. She's dead.
I need to find her.
That's the trailer. So I got a question for both of you, because I know that you both dip your toe in a lot of different hats, in the entertainment business. What's been the worst job you've had in the entertainment business, and what's been the funnest job you've had? As far as like producing or editing or
I'll start.
Yeah.
I love acting, so acting is where my fun, happy place is. I have done, and I appreciate the work that assistant directors do, because it takes a very specific personality to do that job. And I've done a little bit of assistant directing work. Assistant director is the person who keeps you on time and moving along, and is very supervision oriented. And I've done that job a few times, and I hope I don't have to ever do that job again. But I really appreciate a good assistant director. I've done it a few times, but it's not my favorite thing to do. But I do appreciate and love many assistant directors, but it's not my best cup of tea. Let me put it that way.
I mean, for me, it's really it's really hard for me to say which is the best experience, because I mean, I've worked on so many
not so much
projects.
Best, but funnest.
The funnest. I mean, I've worked on a lot of sets where just working around really great, fun people and great stories. And I was proud to either do sound work or editing work. But I mean, bias. I mean, I have to pick, Seeking Valentina, because I mean, it was the film where I finally felt like came into my own, and it really felt that I've like gotten older and just wiser after challenging myself for years, for the past nearly the decade. And I mean, the worst experience, I have to say that people should definitely have more compassion and respect for production assistants. I mean, they're literally on the bottom of the totem pole, and I think people just don't want to acknowledge about how much hard work they do. I mean, they're in the beginning, they're early, and they are the last people to leave. I mean, they're literally just doing a bunch of grunt work.
A lot of random stuff too.
Right. I mean, they're today's modern A, what they would have called a gopher back then.
Yeah.
Go for this, go for that. No, I only ask because I love doing the show, but one of the funnest things I get to do is I get to edit my videos, and I just love editing. So as much fun, as much love as I have standing in front of the camera, it's cutting here and adding music here and doing all that. That's one of the funnest things I get to do.
Armin's an award-winning editor. He actually won the editing prize at the Bare Bones International Film Festival. So he doesn't tell people how talented he is at editing, but he really is a world-class, film editor. So you all should team up sometime.
I mean, it's a great pick because editing is very fun. I mean, you are literally the final storyteller.
Yeah.
And what if you ever watched The Cutting Edge? There's a part where there's a soundbite that Sean Penn says where the editor is the guy who keeps the director from committing suicide.
Yeah, I actually have seen that. But yeah, no, it's just something I just like to do. I see things on TV and I go, I wonder if I can accomplish that just using my software, And I try. Sometimes I don't do it, but it's the fun part is trying.
I mean, editing is fun, but it's very fun doing sound design.
Oh yeah, like I said, you've done everything. Sound and art, like you said. What was your? You like doing sound design? What was the big sound design you did?
That biggest
question just fumbled.
The biggest sound design I did. Well, there was a web series I edited, and there is a scene where the two main characters are playing. They're playing video games. They're playing a basketball game on Xbox, and in the footage, you don't hear the TV. I mean, the screen is on, but you don't hear anything. And then it was NBA 2K, and it was literally the Bobcats versus the Bulls, and I didn't have an Xbox myself. I didn't have that video game, and I looked up that particular game, and somebody on YouTube put up 30 minutes of just the audio of the video game. It was all programmed by itself, and I had to sit there and listen to 30 minutes of the video game audio. And then I downloaded it, and then I just basically cut it, and I started timing it on the video game. So when they showed the character shooting the ball, it would say, "Here's Walker," and then I timed that swishing with the sound when he hit the net.
That is cool.
And in the audio, the bulls were beating the bobcats, and I had to move it around and manipulate it to make it sound like the bobcats were beating the bulls, because that's what was going on in the episode.
Wow, that's crazy. So Seeking Valentina is. You guys have this coming out at a festival soon, don't you? Yes.
Well, we have 3 film festivals that's going to be playing. The first one is Hot Springs International Horror Film Festival in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and as far as we know, it's going to be held from September 22nd through the 25th.
We don't have the exact screening day yet. That's a cool festival. Tamara Glenn of the Halloween movies, that's her film festival. And then we're going to be at Glendale International Film Festival on October 4th in Glendale, California. That's Los Angeles, basically. Right. And then we're coming to Florida.
And the Noor Iranian Film Festival will be held from October 21st to the 29th, and it's going to be playing in both cities, from Orlando, Florida, and Daytona Beach.
And we have a screening date pending at that film festival as well. So it's going to be an exciting time to see the film in various different places. And we're happy to bring it to all these different kinds of audiences. You know, we love our horror and genre people, and they love us. And we're excited to meet Tamara and go to that festival, because that's going to be a lot of cool things going on there, I understand.
That's an honor. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's literally the actors that came from the successful Halloween franchise, and
yeah, so that's going to be a cool thing for us. And then Glendale is a very cool festival here in town. And then Noor is special to Armin because he's of Iranian heritage. His parents are from Iran. He's Iranian American, and most of our cast is of Iranian American heritage. And just everyday people, not terrorists, not people breaking the law, just in a family drama. And this makes the film unique and special and interesting, on top of its other worthy qualities. So it's exciting to get to share that to a very particular audience as well. So we appreciate the support of all our different fans, and hope you can come out to the various festival dates we have upcoming.
And if anybody who's wants to follow us, you can check our website at www.seekingvalentina.com. You can we're on Twitter at Seek Valentina. You can like us on our Facebook page, and once we get the specific date, we will upload that and publish it as soon as possible.
Yeah, we post all of our screening dates as Facebook events. So if you like our page, then you'll get updated and subscribe to our events
on YouTube.
YouTube as well, but on the Facebook we have events for each festival we go to. So if you subscribe to our events, you'll get updated.
Right. Okay. That's awesome. I didn't even know there was such a thing as an Iranian film festival in Florida. That's cool to know.
The festival started in 2007, and they've been holding the festival in Beverly Hills, and then this year it relocated to Seattle, and then it didn't work out, and then they relocated again to Florida.
I'm from Seattle. I didn't even know it was here. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on. We need to wrap things up so we can get ready for the live show. And so if you want to tell people where they could find you, not just the film, that is where?
Okay, well, you can visit my website, www.kristinwest, Kristin, west.net, and on Twitter at Kristin_West. And I do have a Facebook fan page at Kristin West Film.
And I have a production company, Polar Underworld Productions, and right now it's still website still in development, but you can find me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram, So it's at Armin Nasseri.
Okay.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook.
And do follow Armin on Instagram. It's a new Instagram account. He's been very resistant to being on Instagram, and we finally convinced him. So please show Armin some love on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at Kristin_West _actors, but please show Armin some Instagram love, because we finally convinced him to get the Instagram account.
All those links will be in the description below, so you guys can go there, check it out. For Armin and Kristin, of course, I'm the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl.